Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Ministry of Consumer Affairs along with AICTE and MIC organized Tomato Grand Challenge, inviting innovators and researchers to come up with solutions to tackle the issues in tomato value chain. A team from Symbiosis unlocked the potential of microbially fermented tomatoes in India and produced healthy consumer products.
So Maharashtra is one of the topmost tomato producing state in India, and several times I have experienced drastic variation in the pricing of tomato. So when this tomato grand challenge was announced, even I was excited to do something in this area. My PhD was on analysis of mango flavor from the aspect of biochemical parameters as well as characterizing the genes involved in aroma chemicals in mango. So I was a little bit aware of some issues associated with production of vegetables as well as fruits in India. And once the Tomato Grand Challenge was announced, I felt that I could do something in this direction. And since my lab work on microbes which are associated with food fermentation, I thought that fermenting tomato to produce diversified product from it could be a good idea for Tomato Grand Challenge project.
I'm Dr. Ram Kulkarni. I'm a professor and deputy director at Symbiosis School of Biological Sciences, Pune. I'm basically academician. He's Mr. Dasharath Shinde, my PhD student. We plan to be the first brand to unlock the potential of microbially fermented tomatoes in India. So the problem statement is that we already know that there is large production of tomato, wherein we also have losses in the tomato production during its transport from the field to the final end user. There are price fluctuations. On the other hand, there is lowest processing of tomato that happens in India. There is lack of innovation in developing novel products out of tomato. We believe that microbial fermentation could serve as a filler of this gap. So this gap will be filled by offering a functional food with enhanced stability, enhanced bioactivity, enhanced flavor, as well as fulfilling customer demand. So microbial fermentation could really help to deal with the current problems associated with tomato cultivation as well as processing. Definitely, we are not the first one to give this microbial fermentation thought to the tomato. There are a couple of products already existing. I'm not talking about conventional ketchups, but I'm talking about microbially, the ketchups involving microbial intervention. So this product is from Bangalore, and as you can see from the product label, the bottom line reads that it has probiotic bacillus coagulans. However, it's not clear. Rather, it appears that the ketchup itself is not fermented, meaning the ketchup is manufactured first, followed by, at the end, addition of the probiotic bacteria. And that's it. That's the only current product with microbial fermentation in India. The bottommost product is from South Africa. It is labeled as lacto-fermented tomato sauce because the bacteria that is fermenting the ketchup matters a lot, and looks like this is spontaneous fermentation of tomato, wherein in our case, our approach is making a homogenate of tomato and fermenting it with specific well-characterized lactic acid bacteria and using it for various Indian culinary application. The application that we are talking about right now is making a sauce out of the fermentate. So we have developed a product that we call Tangy Twist, which is in front of you. One speciality is that we retain dietary fiber. So we don't remove pomace out of it. We simply grind tomato, and the entire mixture is used for making this sauce. It has got natural tangy flavor. So that tanginess is imparted by production of acids which are fermenting the tomato, lactic acid bacteria. Some of these compounds which are made by lactic acid bacteria during the process of fermentation also acts as antimicrobial agent. So we don't have to add any artificial chemical preservative. So the product which is shown to you also doesn't contain any chemical preservative. It contains no added vinegar, and many times acetic acid is added as vinegar, not actual vinegar. As of now, as I said, we don't add any artificial preservative or colorant. The sugar content is much lesser. Ours is around 9% compared to as much as 40% for commercial ketchups. Since we are also retaining seed, the protein content is also slightly higher than the commercial ketchups. Since we are retaining the solids, yield is greater than 60% in our case, whereas in case of conventional ketchups, the yields are approximately 30%. We have also recently filed a provisional Indian patent application. We have also obtained customer feedback. The first graph indicates faculty, staff, and so in-house basically we first assessed. The red bar indicates the preference for our ketchup versus the one that was made out of normal unfermented tomato. The second is we took it to the snack center and allowed customer to test the ketchup without disclosing which one is control and which one is our own tangy twist. So here also our tangy twist is preferred over the control sample. Then we tried making, so these ones, the top two were made out of hybrid tomato. We also made one from local tomato as per the recommendation of the expert mentors. And the ketchup which is in front of you is also made from local tomato, the round variety. And it is much preferred over the one made out of hybrid tomato. We also collected, verbal feedbacks from the consumer, and many people say that its tanginess is different than the conventional ketchup. One reason could be that our fermentation produces lactic acid, which is said to have different kind of sourness. It is said to have rounded sourness, whereas acetic acid, malic acid are said to have very sharp sourness. The flavor of Indian spices probably is something many people are liking. When we went to the snack center, people really, because there was a mall inside and people literally asked, where can we buy it? Is it available inside? We had to say no. So, and people also like it because we don't add any chemical preservatives. We wish to have robust sourcing. So since we are planning to make it out of local tomato variety, it was also suggested by the mentors that it's better that we set up some kind of collaboration with the farmers around so that we can develop some contract that we'll buy certain quantity of tomato from them at a fixed price, and we then process it, make sauce out of it, and then go ahead with the distribution and retailing. So with this, the farmers will also get a stable pricing, is what we believe. I'm basically academician. We have a new member who has joined from business side, and he has made all these calculations. Sorry if I'm not understanding any figures, but total available market is 800 crore. SOM is 16 crore. The growth rate is 8%. The market share will be thus 2% in 3 years. Revenue plan is like this: 2 crore, 5 crore, 9 crore. We have got EBITDA of 20%, and currently we are planning to go B2B way. So we plan that we can start with manufacturing as many as 200,000 bottles a day, and these are the costing, material, labor plus overhead. The cost for fermentation is counted here already. Then cost associated with packaging, supply chain, then branding, marketing, and so on. That's it. So I'm Ram Kulkarni, is Dasharath. We are basically from biochemistry and biotechnology background. We also have Professor Atul Gokhale and Chef Rizwan. They are from Symbiosis School of Culinary Arts. So they are the one. They have got excellent kitchen, and there we actually made the ketchup. And from our side, we took care of fermentation part. Dr. Saptarshi Ghosh is the new member that I was talking about, who is into developing business plan and market strategies. Thank you so much.
Were you working on this before the tomato challenge?
No, I do work with lactic acid bacteria. I work on mango, and I also did my PhD on mango flavor. So
at least to me, it looks like you're working on something and then you're trying to force fit it to this solution. I'll tell you why. Why would I want fermented ketchup vis-a-vis conventional ketchup? Is there a probiotic element to this?
No, there is no, because after fermentation, we are cooking it. So there are no living microbes.
So why? Just the taste?
Yeah, just the taste, and there are no artificial preservatives.
No, but you can get conventional tomato ketchup also without artificial preservatives. Right?
Yeah, there are a couple of products.
Right. And how is it in terms of cost parity? Is this cheaper, same, more expensive?
It's as good as, because one unique thing is, since we are retaining the solids, our yield is on the higher side. And there is a little bit of cost added because of the fermentation, so the cost is balanced.
And also, I asked your earlier colleague also, how do you assure yourself of supply of raw material?
So as I said, we can kind of have a contract. So we are at Symbiosis, and we also have...
It's still not addressing the problem of the challenge, which is how do you address the crazy swings in supply and...
Yeah, so when there is low in the production, I don't think that can be because
You're
it's-
messed.
yeah.
I mean, you're screwed, right?
Yeah.
you don't have produce.
Yeah, but I'm really not sure. I'm not aware. But because there are so many ketchup manufacturers, I need to look at them. Like, what do they do in that case? Maybe.
Dr. Ram, I'll share an interesting story. I think there's a startup called Truvi. I think it's from Gurgaon, this region only. Truvi. Troovy.
Okay.
You know what the story is? The husband and wife, they felt, that the children are not getting, something, which is natural. So they came up with a ketchup, okay, which is completely natural. That's their story. They were able to raise money from Sharp Ventures, which is the family office of Marico. And they were also able to raise a venture debt from Stride. What I'm trying to tell you is that I think the story, has to also come out like why, there is a reason for you to start this. The mere aspect of saying, that, the other products, have artificial, flavors, we don't have it, or artificial ingredients. I think that it doesn't, go well. And secondly, to fight with a Del Monte or Kisan is not going to be easy at all. So I think one thing which I would request you, if there's a real passion behind what you're doing, okay? I still don't know how commercial this is going to be, but I think I could see a lot of passion in the way, you've done it. Maybe that's why, you asked, was it, even before this challenge, So if you could bring out something which is emotionally connecting, I think this could be great, because that's why I gave the example of Truby. You should, research on them, find out, why, they have done what they have done and why, their turnover is growing.
Okay, sure.
In short, he's saying create a story of your product.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
one more thing, something we guys have noticed that there is some kind of weird smell is coming out of it.
Weird smell. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Okay.
You had not tried?
Of course, we did try, but we never received such a feedback before. So it has got cinnamon. So
Probably
cinnamon,
you had taken a very small sample size, probably.
No. The same sample we tested. Rather,
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying probably the network of people is very small and it's close to you. Probably that is why you are not getting those kind of feedback. But this is there.
I see. Because yeah. Last night they tested the same batch from another bottle, exactly same batch they tested, and they said that
Probably they are going to mix with the wine bottle versus the tomato sauce bottle.
No, you got
But
bigger
the
problems than
problem
this.
is that you just have told them to taste it just yet. The thing is, it is with us for quite a few minutes or so, and it is giving us some kind of weird smell.
okay.
No,
We'll check.
you need to have answers to bigger questions than this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
So how many bottles sell so far?
No, we haven't sold anything.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's just been a
yeah.
sample. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.